Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. I don't always tell you what you want to hear, but I tell you what you need to hear to make informed decisions. And guys, if you don't have a full understanding of the information that Bitcoin dominance provides to you, you need to watch this video. Because if nothing else, it's going to save you money. But I think it might actually make you money, but it's definitely information that you need to understand long term, especially for getting in and out and not falling for the FUD or the FOMO. Because once you understand it, you won't rush in every pump and try to jump in when the FOMO starts up if Bitcoin dominance doesn't match up what you're hearing on the street. Now I'll give you an example. At the first of the year, AI took off out of nowhere and did like a 2, 3, 6x across the board. And all these influencers and the media and everyone came out and said, the bull run's here, altcoin season is here. Well, if you watch any of my videos, I haven't bought anything, and I said, look, this is a normal bear pump. We're in a recession, we're in a bear market, and we got beat down hard with the FTX and all that. That rally was normal. But I said, look, don't buy anything. It's going to come back. But people FOMO'd in, and they bought, at a 2x or 3x, and now they're 30, 40% down already, and we're not finished with this bear market. Well, how did I know that? Well, there's a lot of different indicators, but the number one indicator is the Bitcoin dominance. And what that tells you guys is basically no matter what, when altcoin season starts. Because we know that the big money dives into Bitcoin. That is the most secure crypto, the least risky. And that's where the big money normally starts. So in uncertain times in a bear market, if they stay in crypto, they're going to park most of their money in Bitcoin, maybe a little bit of it in Ethereum. Now, when they start making profits in Bitcoin and they feel more comfortable, well, you may get an altcoin season. So what happens is they start taking their money out of Bitcoin and they roll it in to the altcoins. Well, when you punch up your Bitcoin dominance, which is, if you don't know how to find it, all you have to do is literally go to Google, type in Bitcoin dominance, and it will punch up TradingView. You'll go there, and what you're looking at on this chart is the weekly. I believe this is weekly. Well, that may be daily. That was daily. This is the weekly, and this is the monthly of Bitcoin dominance. Now we're going to get to that, but I want you to look. Today, it's up. Now, what does that tell you? Why is it so important? Because when there's going to be an altcoin season, when your project, your favorite project, no matter what it is, when you compare it to Bitcoin, what it tells you is the smart money would rather be in Bitcoin, or the smart money would rather be in whatever project you like, right? So when you look at a chart, this is Bitcoin dominance. Right now, it's going up again. Last week, it pulled back. But hear me out. We're going to revisit that statement. Because just because Bitcoin dominance goes down doesn't mean that the altcoins are going to go up. And that is why we may have a bad capitulation coming before the year's out. Because right now, Bitcoin is going down. Bitcoin dominance has been going down, but the altcoins have been bleeding against that. So what does that tell you? Well, like I said before, if in good times when things are bullish and you're going to get an altcoin season, that means people made profits in Bitcoin and now they're rolling out of their Bitcoin. They want to get more aggressive. They roll into altcoins, and you'll see Bitcoin dominance go down. Well, right now, because we're in a bear market and there's nothing positive going on in the world at all in the macro, well, Bitcoin's going down. Bitcoin dominance went down last week, but the altcoins didn't pick up the slack. The money didn't roll into the altcoins. So what that tells you is they're just going to take, the smart money's taking profits and getting out of the market, or putting their money somewhere else. And when you see Bitcoin going down and Bitcoin dominance going down and the altcoins go down, guys, it gets pretty bad, because you know that, for instance, if Bitcoin makes a new low, it's going to wreck the altcoins. And that's the type of information you can get from Bitcoin dominance. Now, I'll give you an example. One of my biggest bags is HBAR. I love everything about the project, and I think it's the best risk reward in crypto for as close as we can get to a 10x as possible. Not financial advice. Everything's risky in crypto. But if you look at this chart, man, it's going down hard, which I love that. So a lot of my customers that I work with in my coaching have been calling, going, hey, Hedera's at 5 cents. Look at, should we start stacking? And I'm not going to say yes or no, but here's the thing. I'm going to look at the macro. The macro says, hey, no reason to buy HBAR. We have unlocks coming, but let's see what it tells us if you punch up the Bitcoin dominance. Now, if you don't know how to do this, guys, all you got to do is type in like HBAR, whatever your favorite token is, BTC, and go to Google and go to TradingView, and you'll see a chart like this. And pretty much most of them look the same. So if I was thinking about stacking HBAR at 5 cents, which is not a bad play whatsoever, but I look at it and I go, well, if I started last week, I can buy 15, 16% more HBAR than I could have last week. Today, I'm going to buy 2% more compared to Bitcoin than just this morning. So what that tells me is the smart money is not getting out of Bitcoin rolling into my favorite project, or one of my favorite projects of HBAR. So I'm just going to leave it alone, right? So let's look at another project, XRP. People love XRP. But let's say if you go back a month ago and you said, hey, I'm thinking about buying XRP. Well, if you'd have bought Bitcoin, you'd have 18% more money in your bag. If you'd have bought Bitcoin last week instead of XRP last week, you'd have just under 5% more money in your bag. Now today, XRP just went positive, but that doesn't mean anything's changed. Going up and down a little bit is nothing. See this chart? What you want to do is see this chart inverse. When you start to see this thing break out and maybe get up in here and maybe rally 10, 15%, that might tell you that the bottom is in for XRP, that the smart money would rather have XRP than Bitcoin. But it's way too early to tell. Now let's look at Algorand. Algorand is to the point, and I'm glad. It's funny, guys. Literally, I set these charts up and to make this video, and Algorand was basically bleeding straight down, and it's turned around just today. But that's a good thing, because what I want to show you is 6 months ago, if you were like, I'm going to buy Algorand, well, if you'd bought Bitcoin, you have 63% more money in your bag. A month ago, which this has changed a lot, you're about the same. A week ago, you're down 2%, but these numbers have changed a lot with this pump right here in the last couple of days. And today, it's up almost 2%. Now, some people would tell you when it broke right here, that's what you want to see. But for me, guys, realistically, if you think it's an altcoin season, you want to break this high. This is the weekly. right? And you break this high and get up in here, that means the bottom's probably in. And then if it pulled back, I would buy it. Now, Algorand's not a great example because, guys, Algorand has been beat down so hard. It's making an all-time low. And that says something for a token that's like 5 years old. And I've been thinking about stacking more Algorand just for a swing trade. I'm thinking if it keeps going down, just buy a small bag, and any good news will, 2-3x it easily, in my opinion. But it's not there yet. Now, Render. It's another project that I love, but again, a month ago you'd have 15% more money. You could, if you either put your money in Bitcoin or put it in a stable coin, you're going to have, about 15, 25% more in your bag if you wanted to buy it today. If you thought about buying Render last week and you said, well, let me look at Bitcoin dominance would have said no, and it would save you almost 10%. That adds up, guys. Bitcoin dominance gives you so much information. Now, Kaspa. A lot of people think that Kaspa, because Kaspa's been one of the strongest tokens for the year. And I've been looking at Kaspa, and this is a perfect chart, and I'm glad because all these have changed just shortly, guys, so you're getting a lot more information. Now, it's starting to go sideways all day. Now, what we want to see is this right here. You could say, or you're getting close, if this thing rallies another day or so, that means that the smart money is deciding to roll out of Bitcoin into Kaspa. So it's getting real close. But hopefully you're starting to get an understanding of what I'm talking about. If the smart money is saying I'm going to stay in Bitcoin, it's not altcoin season, and it's not time to buy your favorite altcoin. Now, Kaspa's an exception, right? Most of these are going to just keep bleeding as long as Bitcoin goes down. But Kaspa's been one of the best performing assets all year. So, if you're looking to get in Kaspa, and it breaks this high right here for the weekly, that might be telling you that the smart money's jumping into Kaspa and you could start stacking. Now, for me, I personally wouldn't do that because even though it could have a false breakout and all that, and I'm in no hurry to jump out and try to catch the bottom, and when we have, I don't know, maybe 8 months, 6 months to the start of the next bull run. I mean, it could start in the morning, but realistically, I think we're going to go down a lot more between now and the halving, and that's when the bull run really starts. So why do I want to FOMO into this? Now, if you're a trader, this is a chart to watch. Now, if I was really trading it and you draw the line right here, I'd be long right in here, so I'd already be in profit. But that's a trade, not a long-term hold. So anyway, guys, hopefully that's going to give you a lot of information that you need to understand Bitcoin dominance. So to recap, Bitcoin dominance basically tells you when altcoin season is going to start, or if the market should bleed. Now, these are probabilities. It's not 100%. And this is across the board, but you can punch up your favorite token and measure it. That's the good thing about it as well. But basically what it tells you is, what's the smart money doing? Is the smart money buying Bitcoin, or is the smart money buying altcoins? And when they start loading up on those altcoins, the Bitcoin dominance will flip. And then what you will see is the Bitcoin dominance go down every single day, and the altcoins will rally more and more and more. And guys, that's kind of the first step, because really, if you get it right from the get-go, and what I mean by that, if at the start of the bull run, you haven't really stacked and you're not upside down in your positions at the start of the bull run, when that Bitcoin dominance starts to flip, like historically what we've seen is Bitcoin takes off, Ethereum catches up and starts to surpass it, and Bitcoin dominance starts to flip over. well, then your blue chips, like maybe your Quant, your XRP, Matic, they start to outperform Ethereum. Well, then the higher risk, higher performing like gaming and maybe the new AI projects or whatever, they come alive. Well, if you caught it from the beginning, well, now you know that you can start to look at the Bitcoin dominance and just rotate down. So you went from Bitcoin to maybe Ethereum, you rolled out of Ethereum and you rolled into maybe say XRP, and XRP starts to outperform, you roll out of XRP and you get into Veracity or one of the hot gaming tokens and watch them explode. But again, guys, then how do you know at the end? And this is just one of many variables. But at the end of the bull run, you're going to see Bitcoin dominance flip again, because the smart money is either going to get out, or they're going to say, "Hey, I've made enough. I want to roll all these profits into Bitcoin because I'm not going to get out of crypto, but I know that I'm about to take a hit. I'm going to take less of a hit in Bitcoin." And that's going to be one of your key indicators to tell you when it's all over at the end. And that's just one of them. But guys, this is an indicator that you really need to understand. Because like I said before, at the first year when all these influencers and everyone's and the media is telling you FOMO, altcoin season, if you just knew how to look at the Bitcoin dominance chart and typed in your favorite coin, the odds are you would not have bought that token, because even though that token was pumping, it wasn't outperforming Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance. So that, guys, will save you a lot of heartache and a lot of money, and it will give you the confidence and that you'll have the best probability for the best outcome. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you. If you have any more questions about Bitcoin dominance, let me know in the comments section. Hit that like button, share with like-minded people, and guys, either way, come back and be part of this community, because we are going to capitalize on the biggest opportunity in history if I have anything to do with it. That being said, I work one-on-one with people, guys, and if you want some information about that, it's for $250 for 3 to 5 calls. We go through a lot of process of reviewing your portfolio and your risk reward tolerance and your goals, and we put you a game plan in place with rules and regs, and we're going to teach you how to dollar cost average out or whatever you need. And I think it's worthwhile. So if you have any interest in that, I'll leave a link down below and I'll pin it in the comment section. That's my email. Reach out. Either way, guys, whether you work with me or someone else, please get a game plan that you can put in place before you start stacking and before the bull run. And remember this, guys, this is not financial advice, but if you don't take profits, you become the profit. You become the liquidity for the smart money. And I say that with love, but you got to take profits. Again, not financial advice. Take care, guys.